Jake Green, there has to be some explanation, or maybe it's just gross incompetence or something else. What is it?
We can only hope it's not gross incompetence. We really truly hope not. With cell phone forensics, if we are hamstringed into only being able to examine a certain singular piece of evidence, we're missing really truly the forest for the trees. Even if this defendant had deleted these messages, did he delete it 5 minutes before walking in to do this download, or did he download or did he delete these messages years ago? We have to go beyond in order to provide an accurate opinion on what has occurred with these messages. Even if these were deleted years prior, we still have the ability to look at the text messaging databases on an iPhone and tell you whether or not these messages, if we see gaps in these messages, to see that there are definitely 32,000 messages missing.
Okay, so many questions there. Number one, I keep hearing about a program called Cellbrite, Cellbrite. Apparently, it's not that fancy, and it is a normal tool used by investigators to get, say it with me, deleted text messages. Is that true?
I think it's pretty fancy. Is it something that in the early days of my law enforcement career working on cell phones, I didn't have training in it, but I was able to figure it out, maybe because I'm a computer nerd. But it's definitely something that when we get asked these very detailed questions that requires an expertise, you can spit out what the software tells you, but you can't render an opinion of was something there? When was it deleted? If we capture only a limited extraction, and based on the way I read the letter from the attorney to the state police saying you can download a partial or portions or specific items, I would love to know what those specific items were. Because even when we have a deleted message, there are other places that we can look if we do a proper investigation of that phone to attempt to A, recover messages, but B, also identify things that are within the contacts database that tells us about when was the last time this person was contacted, how often, how frequent are they within this person's most frequent contacts. So it's pieces like that that would have really truly helped law enforcement. And then after that phone walked out of that download that day, God knows what's happened to it since then. But I can tell you in 2021, there was a lot that could have been done with that phone. And again, Cellbrite is an amazing tool. There are many out there that do very similar. But in 2021, our office had the ability to do a full file system extraction of this phone, which would have rendered much more information about what was missing off of the phone.
I mean, I can't even believe we're having this conversation. She had 30,000 messages they found. He had deletions. What else do you need? You know, like, this is just maddening. Thank you, Jake. Really appreciate you being on tonight. And I love that you're a nerd. Don't ever apologize for it.
Never will.
It's a good thing. All right.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.